Welcome, dear listeners, to the Speak and Flow podcast, where we dive into unique strategies and experiences to help you and your team achieve maximum potential, confidence, even when the stakes are high. Today, I have an amazing leader. He's authentic, he's inspiring, he's positive, he's knowledgeable. He's an HR manager at a security company, and will not name the security company, but just for anonymous sake. But his name is Marvin Lampa, and it's been a privilege to get to know him and work with him and the team. Hi, Marvin.
Hey Melinda, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
It's so wonderful to see you again. I'm so glad we're here and doing this. Before we launch into the experience that you had with working with me and Speak and Flow, I wanted to know what can you share with the audience? What are you passionate about when it comes to HR? It's such a big topic.
So when it comes to HR, and it's a pretty significant big role with the company. I'm very passionate about helping people, outside of work and at work. I want to be the one that you can come to, without hesitation. If you have a simple HR question, or even if you have, something going on personal in your life, I want to be the one that you can come to. Again, I know they say open door policy with HR, but I'm more than happy even off hours. If you have an issue, you have a concern, or you just need even a friend to talk to, I want to be that person readily available for employees.
And that is what makes you an excellent HR manager.
Thank you.
And so I had the honor of supporting you and the team at the security company with up-leveling confidence with public speaking. And so I'd love to know, what did you see? What was it like before I came in to help?
So it's funny because as you, I mean, you know me now, but before that, I wasn't very confident in how I spoke. And when I did speak, I had a lot of self-doubt. And like if I did a speech or whatever it may be, I'd always criticize myself, like, oh, I should have did this, or I'm talking too low, or I'm not giving enough eye contact to the audience. But in reality, when people give me feedback, they're like, oh, you're fine, like you did great. I didn't even notice, right? So when going through this program with it really allowed me to. I essentially felt like my skills were broken down, and you were able to build me back up to show that, hey, you are confident, you have a voice, and you need to use it. And that is what I took from this. And honestly, I even though we've ended our sessions, it stuck with me, it resonated with me. And again, not only in work, but in my personal life, being confident in anything you say and do. So I that's one thing I took away from this.
And you did not use any filler words just now.
Oh, great. Because that was.
You're connected to your message, and that's what happens when you're so present, connected to your message. The filler words
Mm.
just go away,
And,
and
mhm.
that's what makes it beautiful.
And I think because I'm speaking the truth, right? This is
Ah,
something that impacted me positively. And I want to share that. I want to let people know how much of a positive experience this was for me. And it positively affected me.
thank
Essentially it changed me and helped me grow as a person.
thank you. And what do you think about the team? Do you think most people on the team, you had the doubt? I think, do you think most people on the team also felt like they had that sense of self-doubt in their head before?
Yeah, I would say yeah, because a lot of times with public speaking, it's you're having a war within yourself. Like
Yeah.
the inner thoughts that's what psychs you out. That's what gets you anxious because you're thinking the worst, you know. I talked to my other colleagues who took this speaking flow, and they speak super confident even before this. And then we'll give each other feedback, and they'll be like, "Oh, I was so nervous and I was this and that." And I said, "Dude, I did not feel that at all." But
Right.
again, that's those inner thoughts that are kind of essentially taking over. But it's natural when you speak. I mean, it's scary whether you're speaking to two people or 200 people. Just the thought of public speaking itself it's nerve-wracking, right? So just, and then again, you gave us the tools to overcome that. Yes, we want to be exposed to it, but you taught us how to overcome those feelings.
Do you recall what kind of tool you learned? And you don't have
Yeah.
to, just curious. What
Well,
helped?
yeah, I mean, even like before we start our sessions, when you say, hey, take a breath with me, that helps, and because a lot of the times, you just all the nerves are racing, 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 but as long as you take that breath, and that's what anything, whether it's, you're about to take a driving test, you just breathe out the nerves. And that's, I mean, with me, I did, I do martial arts, and that's key. Breathing, letting it breathe it out. And a lot of people don't realize that breath exercises are important with everything that you do.
Right, right. Isn't that interesting? The breath, it does allow us to open up our nervous system, our heart, so that the nervous system and the body can calm down. Because a lot of the times we're in our head, we're like, oh my gosh, what if I don't do well? Or people like us as leaders, we apply so much pressure and then we're getting in our head. And then so we forget to incorporate our nervous system, our body, which means that's why the breath is so important because our
Hmm.
body then therefore feels calm.
And the other one I really like, I forgot what it was called, but I mean, you're really good at sensing when someone is nervous, right? And you show me the tapping technique, right? And,
Oh,
and
yeah,
and I like that because I forgot the flow of it, but at the
right,
end where you're like, and that's okay, like you're
right.
telling yourself it's all right, like it's
Yeah.
okay. And sometimes you need to hear it, even if it's from yourself. You
Yes,
just need to hear like that's okay. I'm gonna mess up, and that's okay. So you
that's
understand if it goes off the course, that's okay. Just get
right.
back on there. Yeah.
The ironic thing that I find is once we allow ourselves, it's okay if we mess up, we end up actually not messing up.
Hmm.
It's the
Yeah.
ironic thing because I think when we put so much pressure on ourselves, you end up getting more robotic and tight. So then when you allow yourself, if I do mess up, I'll be okay. And actually you relax into it. And then there's actually less mistakes.
Yeah. And I noticed you pointed that out with me during our sessions, like when I would use a PowerPoint, for example, you
Yeah.
notice like, hey, you start fumbling a little bit, and then you sound a bit robotic, and you would say,
Right.
hey, try it without it.
Yeah.
And it was great. And we both discussed that, this no matter how much you practice, the speech is not always going to be the same. And
Yeah.
that's okay. As long as you stay the course and it's in the vicinity of what you are talking about, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love that. So good. So good. So I'm glad that you like the tapping, which is
Mhm.
it's scientifically proven. It's like it's aligned to our acupuncture, our
Yes.
nervous system
Yeah.
acupuncture. So you're tapping out the energy, the nerves, because that's really what it is. It's just stored up energy. You're tapping it out. And then, like you said, once you in it, when you are focused on just staying in the vicinity and allowing your words to come out, you're feeling more free. And that's so much more fun to speak in that place than to
Oh yeah.
feel rehearsed and robotic.
Oh
And I
yeah.
saw you do that in that session. And so it was so cool to see. It was awesome to see you like just speak and you nailed it. You knocked it out of the park.
Thank
They
you.
were
Thank
really
you.
happy. It was really good to see. Right. And so you feel that at the end, you're like, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. And so before we end, really thank you so much for sharing your experience, what you learned, and the transformation you felt within yourself. What would you like the audience to remember? What is a golden takeaway for them?
Yeah. So for me, I just want everyone to know that, everyone has a voice and everyone has a story. And whether you think it doesn't relate to anyone, I mean, it'll resonate with one person, whether you believe it or not. You're always going to be able to affect one person. And
Yeah.
I always say when I do my speeches or if I talk to somebody, as long as I affect one person positively, I did my job.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied. So just remember, just be confident in anything you say, and even if it's wrong, just put it out there. I mean, you're contributing to the conversation, whether it be a speech or whether it be talking with your buddies. I mean, you don't want to just sit there and not say anything. I mean, you might sound dumb, but hey, at least you're engaging in the conversation. So just be confident in what you say and just, speak together.
Love it. Thank you, Marvin. And what do you think you're going to do now with these skills and tools? What more are you going to do with them? Think
Well,
it's
for me, in my
more.
role now, I'm definitely gonna sharpen my skills on and learn up on the labor laws and, apply it to when, someone comes to me and says, hey, I need to go out on FMLA, for example. I don't want to say, oh, well, I think this is what you got to do, but no, I'll be confident, say, no, this is what you got to do. Here's the paperwork, go in and fill that out. So that way, the tone is like, okay, he understands, he gets it. I don't have to worry about, because then they got to file for, disability or whatever it may be. And if they leave the room like, wait, does he even know what he's talking about? Then I failed them. And
Right,
and that's one thing that I can't do as a HR manager.
right. Well, they're really lucky to have you, like I said.
Thank you, thank you.
Hopefully you do more speaking in the community too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've done it in the past. Again,
Yeah,
I used to be heavily involved in the church, in my
right.
church community, and again, that's where I knew I had a voice,
Yeah.
and and I just didn't build on it. But now, again, with the Speak and Flow program, I should build on it and
Yes,
continue.
yes.
I think everyone should have the skill of public speaking, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your message out. Let your voice be heard and known.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Marvin.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Enjoyed
And
it.
thank you, audience. I'm glad. And thank you, audience, for being here. And until next time, I'm your sister in flow. May prosperity flow to you, through you, and onto others. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks for joining the conversation today. Are you curious on how you measure up with your ability to speak in flow? Come grab my free self-assessment at https://speakinflow.com/assessment. And I'll see you on the other side.